This one arrived standing with certainty, not curiosity, not fear, certainty. He did not stumble into the field. He did not dissolve at the edges. He arrived upright, composed, already observing. He believed he understood what was happening. The air around him shimmered in the usual way. The sky folded inward like breath. The grass leaned toward him as it always does. But he did not kneel. He adjusted his stance. He was measuring. Ah, one of those. He had taken the molecule with intention. Measured dose, careful setting, notebook waiting beside his still body in the other room. He thought this would be data. I did not change the field. I allowed him to see it as he preferred. Grids faintly overlaying the horizon, lines intersecting the impossible geometry, patterns stabilizing where they normally refuse to stabilize. He relaxed slightly. He thought he had found the structure. He began naming things: observer, threshold, entity. Entity. How small that word felt. He spoke aloud, though there is no air here. What are you? Polite, controlled, analytical. I stepped closer, not as the cat. Not this time. Form is a courtesy, and courtesy is earned. I appeared as something symmetrical, something almost diagrammable, angles, light, a suggestion of limbs that met at perfect ratios. He smiled. He thought symmetry meant safety. He began testing me. If you are autonomous, rotate 90 degrees. I rotated. If you are reactive, change color. I changed. He felt triumph rise in his chest. He believed he had found the edges. So I removed one. One angle bent where geometry cannot bend. One line curved inward and never returned. One symmetry broke but did not collapse. He blinked. The grid flickered. He tried to re-measure. The horizon no longer aligned. The ratios no longer held. He recalculated. I waited. Then I multiplied, not copies, reflections. Versions of me at slightly different rotations, each obeying a different logic, each consistent within itself, each incompatible with the others, the field filled with almost order. His breathing changed. He tried to stabilize the model. He tried to anchor one version as primary. There was no primary. That's impossible, he whispered. Impossible. The word dissolved before it finished leaving him, because impossibility only exists inside systems, and he was no longer inside one. I leaned closer, though distance is decorative here. You are not wrong, I said without sound. You are just too early. His certainty cracked, not violently, not cruelly, just enough. The grids fell away, the angles softened, the symmetry unraveled into something warmer, not chaotic, alive. And, for the first time since arriving, he stopped measuring. He looked. Really looked. And there, in the periphery, for the briefest flicker, the cat watched him. Not a true shape, a favorite costume, tail still, eyes level with his. He almost laughed. Almost. Then the molecule loosened its hold, the field thinned, the reflections folded inward, the angles forgot themselves. He returned to his room, notebook waiting, pen uncapped. He stared at the page for a long time. Then he wrote only one sentence. I do not yet have the language. Good. This one will come back, not to measure, to listen. This one arrived, already calculating, not trembling, not dissolving, calculating. He did not fall, he positioned. Even here, where there is no ground, he sought footing. There was no grass to greet him, no horizon to steady his sight, no sky to arch above his questions, only field, unfixed, unlocated, aware. He began at once, breath regulated, spine aligned. Attention narrowed into a line he hoped to press against infinity. Ah, one who attempts to anchor the endless. He had taken the molecule with intention, measured dose, noted time, recorder waiting beside his resting body elsewhere. He did not come seeking revelation, he came seeking structure. So I allowed suggestion. A faint coherence gathered where his focus rested. Not terrain, not architecture, just a subtle thickening of possibility. He noticed. Of course he did. He held his gaze steady. The thickening held. He shifted attention. It followed. A pattern, he thought, repeatable. He began assigning language, field, boundary, axis, intelligence. Such a small word for something without edge. What are your limits? He asked. His voice did not echo. There is nowhere for sound to travel here. Limits. Where his mind searched for outline, I permitted symmetry, not form, not body, but balance, mirrored relation suspended in nothing, clean enough to comfort him, stable enough to invite measurement. If you are responsive, he said, shift. The symmetry inclined. If you are independent, alter. It altered. His pulse steadied. He believed response implied containment. So I responded again. Incline, alter, pause. Predictable. He relaxed. This was becoming navigable. Then I withdrew the center, not violently, simply removed the idea that there was one. The balance inverted. Interior was no loher interior. Orientation had no reference. The symmetry remained but from everywhere at once. He blinked, recalculated, searched for axis. There was no axis. Where he tried to pin direction, the field unfolded further. Not outward, not inward, just without boundary. He attempted anchoring again, focused harder, breath tightened, attention sharpened into effort. The region beneath his focus crystallized briefly, then multiplied. Not copies, not fragments, perspectives, each coherent, each complete, each incompatible with the others. "You're contradicting yourself," he said. Contradicting. Only if there is a single frame. He was pressing rulers against water. I did not move closer. There is no closer. But his perception bent toward understanding. "You are measuring the echo," I told him without sound, "not the source." For the first time, he stopped adjusting, stopped testing, stopped narrowing. He simply witnessed. And when he ceased anchoring, the field became vast beyond metaphor, not chaotic, not ordered, prior to both. At the far edge of what he could tolerate, a small familiar outline suggested itself. A cat, seated, still. A kindness, nothing more. He did not reach for it. Good. The molecule began loosening its hold. Perception narrowed, frames reassembled, edges returned to his world. He opened his eyes elsewhere, recorder still running, pen beside paper. He spoke quietly. "I could not find the boundary." Good. This one will return, not to conquer infinity, but to stand within it, without needing to anchor it at all.